In today's class, we're going to use a mudra. So this is where you take just the tip of the thumb and the tip of the index finger, the pointer finger together, just gently touching each other. So you're kind of making a circle with your thumb and your pointer finger, your index finger. And this is a mudra of connecting the personality, kind of yourself, the small s, with that infinite presence, that greater presence that can inform the moment. So it's a merging or a union of those two. So the individual consciousness with kind of the eternal consciousness, which is also yourself, but the big S self. So you can hold this mudra and we'll just begin connecting in with the body and the breath. So you can begin to settle into your seat. Begin to feel a grounding down through your sit bones. And a growing tall up through the spine, up through the crown of the head. And allow the shoulders to drop down. Allow the elbows to release down, letting go of tension in the neck and shoulders. Begin to attune to the flow of your breath, the rhythm of your breath. On the inhalation, there's a quality of receiving. And on the exhalation, there's a quality of releasing, letting go. On the inhalation, the body opens, receives the breath. And on the exhalation, the body softens, lets go with the breath. And begin to attune to this rhythm. And in today's class, we're going to be using the Soham mantra. And mantra is used as protection for the mind, to keep the mind from dwelling in the past or planning out for the future. It helps the mind to stay in the present moment by engaging a mantra. So gently with the Soham mantra, on an inhalation, you're reciting to yourself so, and on an exhalation, reciting to yourself hum. And it's like a soft, sweet lullaby. Gently as you inhale, reciting to yourself so. And gently as you exhale, reciting to yourself hum. And throughout practice, we're going to try to stay with this mantra, to experience how mantra helps us stay in the present moment, to recognize it as a tool to protect the mind, to keep yourself from dwelling in the past or planning out the future. And the Soham mantra means I am that, or I am that presence that we connect with when we abide in the present moment. That state of the divine presence, consciousness, awareness, whatever term works for you. The Soham mantra is helping you to connect with your true nature, who you are prior to the personality. And then on your next inhalation, let's sweep the arms out to the side and up overhead. Exhale the hands together and draw them down into the heart. And we'll do that 2 more times. And resting your awareness at heart center. And the group intention that I'm going to set for today is abiding in presence, abiding in the moment where that felt sense of the divine, of presence, rests. But if you have a personal intention that you'd like to set, go ahead and set that here, invoking it at heart, connecting with the felt quality of your intention here. On an inhalation, breathing in that felt quality. And on an exhalation, grounding yourself in that felt quality. The felt quality of your intention. And today, the felt quality is going to be presence. That greater intelligence, that divine awareness that we connect with when we're in the moment. Then go ahead and release the hands down, and we'll transition around to hands and knees. You can place padding under your knees if you're on a hard surface. We're going to start with some cat-cow, and we're going to stay with the mantra. So as much as you can, staying present with the body, present with the breath, and present with the mantra. So for cat-cow, on an exhalation, we're just going to round the spine, gaze back towards the navel. And on the inhalation, you're going to take the sit bones to the ceiling, the crown of the head to the ceiling. And flowing with the mantra. If your attention wanders away from the breath, away from the body, away from the mantra, just gently draw it back. Practicing abiding in the present moment, where we connect with that divine intelligence. We connect with who we are in truth. And so gently flowing at your own pace, in and out of cat and cow. And then next time you're in that cat position, that rounded spine, we're going to add in exhaling back towards child's pose. And then inhaling, coming forwards back to hands and knees through cow. And then exhaling back through cat to child's pose. And then inhaling forwards through cow up to hands and knees again. So making the movement a little bigger here and staying with that mantra. Staying present with the body and the breath. And in doing so, trusting that the past is being healed simply by being present in this moment. And that you allow for infinite possibilities in the next moment. You allow for the divine to guide your movement in the next moment. And next time you go back into your child's pose, let's stay there. If your forehead doesn't comfortably rest on the floor, put a block or a bolster there and soften down. See about relaxing into this present moment. Tuning into all the subtleties you feel physically, the quality of the breath, anchoring your awareness to the mantra, and connecting with that felt sense of presence, of the divine that we find when we rest in the moment. And then from here, we're going to transition onto our belly. And let's create a pillow for our head with our hands, just resting one hand on top of the other, the forehead resting on the backs of the hands, or stacking your forearms and resting your forehead on your forearms. And see about connecting a little more with your body, connecting a little bit more with your breath as you anchor your attention to the mantra to keep it from wandering. Like a sweet, soft lullaby, reciting to yourself so as you inhale, hum as you exhale. The mantra reinforcing that you are that presence that is felt when you rest in the moment. You are not the personality, but you are that greater awareness, that presence that simply is. And resting as that. And then from here, we're going to move into Cobra. We'll take the arms down alongside us, the legs about hip width apart. And on an inhalation, we're going to lift the chest off the ground as we bend the right leg, drawing it to a 90-degree angle. And then exhale, lowering down, turning the head to the side as you extend, relax the leg down. And then alternating legs, inhaling up, bending the left leg, lifting the chest off the floor. And on an exhalation, extending the leg long, lowering down as you turn the head to the other side. And give yourself permission to relax completely at the bottom before you begin again. And if it doesn't feel good to engage the legs here, if it doesn't feel good on your back, just focus on just lifting the torso off the mat. If you want to add a little more, you can lift the arms off the floor, reaching the fingertips back as you lift up, opening a little more through the chest. And see about emphasizing the mantra here. So rather than emphasizing the physical movement, see about emphasizing the Soham mantra in conjunction with your breath. As you engage the mantra, tune into that felt quality of presence. The awareness that simply is in each moment. And next time, you can draw both legs, engaging both legs. Bending both legs to 90 degrees. Or you can continue one leg at a time. And then after this last one, go ahead and create that pillow for your head with your hands again. And rest your forehead on your hands. And once again, settle into the breath, into the body. Using the mantra to anchor your attention in this moment. And then from here, we'll transition up to hands and knees again. And we'll take a little flow here on an exhalation, releasing back to child's pose. Sweep the hands to the low back. On the inhalation, standing up on the knees. Sweeping the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, coming down into your child's pose. On the inhalation, coming forwards to hands and knees again. And on the exhalation, moving into downward dog, or if downward dog doesn't feel good to you, you can skip it. And then inhaling back to hands and knees. And then continuing the flow again. Exhaling to child's pose, hands sweep to the low back. Inhaling up with so, arms sweep out to the side and up. Exhale down with hum, coming back down to child's pose. Inhaling forwards with so to hands and knees. Exhaling into your downward dog with hum. Flowing at your own rhythm, doing what you remember of the sequence. If you forget a component, that's fine. The primary intention here is staying with the breath, staying with the mantra, and moving in a way that feels natural. Notice if your attention wanders away from the body, the breath, or the mantra. And just continuing to practice, staying present, abiding in the present moment. And then next time, I'd like you to stay in your favorite pose in this flow. And continue to connect with the mantra, with the breath. See about bringing a little more feeling awareness to the moment. Connecting a little more with that part of yourself that's beyond the thinking mind. That part of you that's simply aware of the temperature in the room, of the sounds, of your clothing on your body. There's just an awareness of that. Connecting in with that part of yourself here. And then from here, we're going to transition into a forward fold. So making your way however you'd like to get to a forward fold. And grab opposite elbows. And see about just shifting your weight forwards and back on your feet. Connecting a little more with this felt sense of awareness, of presence. The intelligence that is prior to the thinking mind. And then slow that rocking motion down. And then making your way up to standing. And we'll pause here standing. Tuning into your feet. Have your feet about hip width apart. We're just going to gently rock forwards and back on your feet, connecting with the surface underneath you. So the beautiful thing about the body and the breath is they're always in the present moment. They're never in the past or the future. And then after rocking forwards and back, let's just go side to side, connecting with the surface underneath you, grounding in the present moment. And then do a circular pattern, circling around on the feet, circling to the heels, to the side of the foot, to the toes, to the side of the foot, to the heels. And connecting a little more with the surface underneath you. And take those circles in the opposite direction. And then find a center point where you rest evenly on the feet, where you feel grounded in this present moment, rooting down through your feet, grounding yourself in the moment as the body. And let's go ahead and take that mudra, the chin mudra, thumb and pointer finger just touching, the other fingers extended. And this is the merging of the personality with that presence. That's prior to who you think you are, who you believe yourself to be. There's part of you that's prior to that. And that's what we connect with, what we create space for when we abide in the present moment. So staying with the mantra, staying with the body and the breath. And then from here, we'll move into a little flow. On an inhalation, we're going to sweep the arms out to the side and up. On an exhalation, let's take a forward fold, coming down with hum. On an inhalation, coming up with so, back to standing. And on an exhalation, we're going to take the hands to heart center, sink into a chair. On the inhalation, open your arms out, W arms, opening the chest. And then drawing the hands back together, back to heart center, coming back up to standing, sweeping the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, coming down into a forward fold one more time. On the inhalation, coming up. And then the end of the flow, hands to heart center, pause at standing. So essentially the flow is a forward fold, chair pose, opening the arms out, coming back in, back to standing, back to a forward fold. So I'll guide you through it again. On an inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, folding down. Inhaling up with so. Exhaling into chair with hum. Inhale, open the arms out with so. Exhale, hands back to heart center with hum. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and up, come to standing. Exhale, sink into a forward fold. Inhale up to standing with so. Exhale, end of the flow, hands at heart center with hum. So going at your own rhythm, doing what you remember. It's not so much about the movement, but about the breath and the mantra, about the awareness that you're holding. So don't worry so much about doing it right, but just flowing in a way that feels good to you. And the slower we go, the more we create the possibility, the space to connect in with that presence. And simply noticing if your attention wanders away from the breath, from the body, from the moment, and just draw it back. It's a continual practice of coming back again and again and again. And the next time you come to standing at the end of the flow, hands at heart center, let's pause there. There's no need to rush, just finishing your flow. And connecting here once again with your intention. Tuning into the felt quality of your intention. And the class intention is connecting with presence. And the present moment awareness has no judgment, no expectation for the moment. Simply this fullness of awareness, fullness of presence. A greater intelligence. Bringing your feeling awareness into this moment. So often what causes us to leave the moment is there's a feeling that we don't like. And so that draws us out of the moment into the mind. And by practicing present moment awareness, we create the space for those feelings to be processed, healed, and released. If we always are leaving the moment because of a certain feeling that we don't like, that feeling never has the chance to be processed, healed, and released. And by staying with our breath, we can process those emotions. We can learn to be present. So from here, we're going to move into chair pose and stay. And then from there, we'll move into a forward fold. So as you're ready, on an inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side and up. Exhale down into chair pose. Pausing, hands at heart center, staying connected to your intention. And if there's any feeling that arises that you don't like, see about breathing with it, as if massaging it with your breath. On an inhalation, wherever you feel that quality, that feeling in the body, inhale, breathe it in. And on an exhalation, expand it out, massaging it with your breath to help it to be healed, to be released. And then from here, let's go ahead and move into the forward fold. If your hands don't reach the floor, place a block or a bolster there and relax completely into your forward fold, whatever feels good here. And see about surrendering into the present moment, trusting the intelligence of the present moment. We always think that we need to control or plan out our future. But when we connect to the present moment, we find that there's a greater intelligence that can inform us, that can guide us in a way that serves us more deeply than our thinking mind. So surrendering to that presence, trusting it. And then from here, making your way back up to standing. And pausing, standing, taking that chin mudra, thumb and pointer finger touching. And tuning into the moment. See about feeling the moment with your awareness. Rather than thinking about the moment, connect with your felt quality. The felt quality of the temperature in the room, your clothing on your body. And from there, feel into the moment. Prior to the thinking mind. And then from here, we're going to move into warrior pose. So stepping to the back of your mat. We'll turn the right foot out at an angle and step forwards with the left leg. We're going to start with the legs straight, arms down alongside us. And on an inhalation coming into your warrior, let's take W arms, drawing the shoulder blades down and together on the back. Elbows hugging in towards the torso. And on an exhalation, go ahead and straighten the front leg, lower the arms. So that'll be the flow. We'll just go in and out with the mantra. Inhaling in with so. Exhaling out with hum. And just flowing at your own pace. As much as you can connect with your felt sense, the felt sense of the moment. Next time, we'll go ahead and stay in our warrior pose. And here, invoking the quality of the warrior. So the warrior abides in the moment. They've trained themselves to be utterly present. And in so doing, they can anticipate their opponent's move. The body first feels, and then the mind interprets. So the warrior is present at that felt level, at the level of the perceptual awareness. So they can act even before the mind comes in. And go ahead and come out of your warrior. Step the back foot to the front. Walk it out. Pause for a moment. Take chin mudra one more time and just feel one side of the body versus the other. Tuning into your feeling awareness. So rather than thinking about the body, can you feel into the body? Connecting with that quality of the warrior. The warrior abides at that felt level, the perceptual awareness, where they know before the mind knows. And then from here, let's go ahead and take this on the other side. So stepping to the back of the mat, legs hip width apart. Left foot turns out, step forwards with the right leg. So same thing here on the other side. Going in and out in rhythm with your breath. On an inhalation, coming into your warrior, W arms. On an exhalation, releasing out. And see about invoking that quality of the warrior, where they live at the perceptual level, the feeling level. And in so doing, they connect with that greater intelligence. The intelligence that's superior to our thinking mind, that simply knows without needing thought. And next time we go into our warrior, let's stay there. And using any of the tools that we've used so far to help you stay present, whatever resonates most with you, using that as your anchor in the present moment. Some things may resonate more with you than others. And just stay with those things that work for you, that help you stay anchored in the moment. Embodying the quality of the warrior. And the power of feeling awareness. And then making your way out. Step the back foot to the front. Walk it out. And then come to stillness. Taking Chin Mudra one more time. Thumb and pointer finger touching. And see about grounding yourself, settling more into this presence. The felt sense of the moment without thinking about the moment. Feeling the temperature, your clothing, the body, the breath. Perceiving from the body, from your felt sense of awareness. And then from here, we'll do some forward folds as we just massage the legs. So just taking the hands on the legs. On an exhalation, folding forwards as you just gave yourself a gentle massage. And on an inhalation, sweeping the hands back up the legs. Moving with the mantra or the felt sense of feeling awareness. Whatever supports you. Using that. And next time we come to standing, we'll pause there. And then from here, we're going to move into warrior two. So stepping to the edge of the mat where the right foot can be parallel to the edge of the mat and the left heel at the instep. And then just trace a line forwards, heel to instep for warrior two. So here, still invoking that quality of the warrior. On an inhalation, bending that front leg, knee tracking over the second toe, arms out to a T. And then exhaling, releasing out. On an inhalation, going into your warrior two, gazing over the front hand. And on an exhalation, coming out, going at your own rhythm, flowing with this feeling awareness. Can you feel the moment like a warrior? Before the mind even knows what's happening, the body knows. Next time you go into your warrior two, stay there. And see about relaxing into the pose. Using your breath to relax and soften. Using the mantra to anchor your attention. Connecting with the body. And the felt sense of presence, the inherent intelligence that we connect with when we abide in the present moment. And then on the exhalation, go ahead and come out. Step the back foot to the front, walk it out. And then pause for a moment, feeling one side versus the other. And each time we pause, we create the opportunity to connect with the present moment, the presence that simply is in the moment, allowing that presence to inform us. And then from here, let's take our warrior two on the other side. So left foot parallel to the edge of the mat, right heel at the instep, and then trace a line forwards. And when you bend that front leg, you want the knee tracking over that second toe. And as you're ready, moving in and out of your warrior two. On an inhalation, coming into warrior two, gazing over the front hand. On an exhalation, coming out, lowering the arms back down. Let's see about moving like a warrior. Feeling into your environment. Perceiving what's there on a feeling level. And next time you go into your warrior two, let's stay there. Let's see about relaxing in to the perceptual awareness, your feeling awareness. Feeling your clothing on your body. Feeling the temperature in the room. And using that to help you connect with this felt sense of awareness. And an exhalation coming out. And step the back foot to the front. And let's bounce it out. So creating a gentle rocking motion in the body. Imagine you're on a vibrating board and feel this vibration traveling up through the body. And then slow that rocking down, that bouncing down, and come into stillness. Taking Chin Mudra one more time. And just pausing in the moment. And notice when you leave the moment, there might be a feeling that's present that you're not quite ready to feel. But see about staying with the breath to help you process that feeling. Become curious each time you leave the moment. Is there a feeling there that wants to be heard, seen, felt, so that it can be released? And then see about using the breath to help you stay present with that feeling. On the inhalation, welcoming it in. And on the exhalation, expanding it out, allowing it to release. then from here, we're going to take reverse warrior. So similar to how we start with warrior 2, we'll have the right foot parallel to the edge of the mat, heel to instep, left heel to instep, and then trace forwards. So with reverse warrior, we're going to start with the leg straight and then bend the front leg, sweep the front arm up and back. The back hand just traveling along the thigh. And then on an inhalation, coming out, sweeping the arm down, straightening the leg. On an exhalation, bending the front leg, sweeping that front arm up and back. The back hand just traveling along the leg. And then on an inhalation, straightening the front leg, lowering the arm. So just like that, moving in and out of your reverse warrior. And next time you go into reverse warrior, we'll stay there. And if any pose doesn't feel comfortable to stay in, please just come out and take a mountain pose, standing pose. And so pausing in your reverse warrior, relaxing into it, connecting more deeply with the body and the breath, the felt sense of the moment. And then inhaling, coming out, step the back foot to the front, walk it out. And then pause one more time, Chin Mudra. Tuning into your body and your breath. And again, noticing when you leave the moment, become curious. Is there a feeling that you don't like that's drawing you out of the moment? And use the breath to help you stay present with that feeling. Inhaling, massaging it. Exhaling, massaging it. Wherever you feel that quality in the body. Take the breath there. And then from here, we're going to move into reverse warrior on the other side. So left foot parallel to the edge of the mat, right heel at the instep, stepping forwards with that right leg. And as you're ready, on an exhalation, bending that front leg, sweeping the front arm up and back. Back hand just traveling along the thigh. And on an inhalation, coming out, straightening the leg, lowering the arm. And the head can travel in line with the hand as you go up and back. The head, your gaze can follow. Inhaling, coming out, flowing with the courage of a warrior. It takes great courage to allow all feelings, to move into those feelings that we've resisted for so long. It requires the courage of a warrior to begin to open up to those feelings. Next time, go ahead and stay in your warrior 3. Reverse warrior. Relaxing into it. And cultivating the courage of the warrior, where you can face everything. Where you can allow all feelings. And in so doing, energy flows freely through you. And life becomes more harmonious. On the inhalation, coming out. Stepping the back foot to the front. And doing some undulation. So undulation is non-linear movement. So wherever you feel some tightness, just kind of bring some swirling action there to help release any tension that might have built up so far. And then once again, let's pause in stillness, practicing being aware. So we actually do have to practice this because we're so habitually always leaving the moment and following the thoughts. So again and again, we have to practice abiding in the present moment, because by nature, we are always moving out of the moment. So practicing being present here, present with yourself, breathing with whatever feelings are there. Notice when you leave the moment and go off with thoughts. Become curious. Is there a feeling underneath that thought? Trace the thought back to the body and see about connecting with the feeling that you might be resisting. And then breathe with it. Find the courage of the warrior to breathe with whatever it might be. And in so doing, we can rest more and more in the presence of the moment. And then from here, let's go ahead and take goddess posture. So goddess posture is another pose of strength, of courage. So having the toes turned out about 45-degree angle out. On the inhalation, we're going to sweep the arms out to the side and up. Take the hands into prayer, and then exhale the hands into the heart. On an inhalation, coming out, straightening the legs, sweep the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, hands into prayer, sink into goddess posture, pressing the knees out. Flowing in and out in rhythm with your breath. Inhaling, sweeping the arms out to the side and up. Exhaling down. Finding the courage to face those feelings that draw you out of the moment, that you've been resisting, that keep you from that divine presence that we find when we rest in the moment. Next time you sink into your goddess posture, we'll stay there, embodying the courage, the strength of the goddess. The goddess can handle all qualities. Is not afraid of anyone feeling, knowing that all feeling is simply energy. As Shakespeare says, nothing is good or bad. Only thinking makes it so. And the goddess knows the truth of that. And then go ahead and come out, sweep the arms out to the side and up. And then relaxing down, stepping the feet together. And pausing once again. Or actually, let's move into some forward folds just to release the back. We've been doing quite a bit. So legs, let's do a wide-legged forward fold. On an inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, folding down. And we'll go in and out a few times and then stay. Let's see about moving at your own pace in rhythm with your breath. Using whatever tools we've been practicing or any other tools that you might have of your own to keep you anchored in the moment. And next time you move into that forward fold, let's stay there. And if your hands don't reach the floor, place a block or a bolster there. And whatever you need here as you stay in the forward fold. You can walk the legs out, you can sway, or you can simply rest in the forward fold. And how present, How aware can you be in this moment? And the awareness that we're looking to connect with is prior to the thinking mind. It's your felt sense of awareness. And then slowly coming back up. And stepping the feet together. And doing any undulation or any movement that can help release further tension that might be present. And then come into stillness one more time. Taking Chin Mudra. And practicing being present. So for most of us, it's unfamiliar. We're so used to being busy, doing, that we forget to be present. So practicing that here. Helping it to become more and more familiar to you. So you can resort to it more and more. Excuse me. Staying with that mantra, if that helps you be in the moment. Or stay with the felt sense of the breath. Or the feeling of the body. Using whatever tool helps you to stay in the moment versus wandering off with the thoughts. And then from here, we're going to play with one last warrior pose, warrior 3. So this is a balance posture. We'll go in and out a few times, so I'll guide you through it, starting with the right leg. On an inhalation, you're going to sweep the arms out to the side and up. And then exhale, just taking the right leg back behind you, arms out to a T. You can either have the toes on the ground or lifting the leg up. And then on an inhalation, we're just going to come back up. And then exhale, moving into your warrior 3 again. Toes can just glide along the floor if you'd like, or you can lift the leg. And then inhaling back to standing, arms up. So flowing in and out of your warrior 3 a few times. And then next time we're going to go ahead and stay in warrior 3. So stay with whatever version of warrior 3 you'd like to do. You can have the toes on the ground. You can have the leg lifted. And try to keep the hips neutral. So slightly drop that right hip so it can be in line with the left hip. And connecting with the quality of the warrior here. The warrior knows how to tap into that universal energy. And it draws on that to support itself. So tapping into that universal energy here. And then on an inhalation, coming back out. Grounding the right foot down, doing some ankle circles or some undulation, whatever you need, and then pausing before we take the other side. So once again, connecting to the moment, practicing abiding as the moment, in the moment, prior to the thinking mind. Your felt sense is prior to the thinking mind. Connect in with that part of you so that you can live from the moment rather than from the past. When we rely on the mind, we're resorting to everything that we've known, resorting to the past. And when we abide in our feeling awareness, we open ourselves up to the unknown, to things that we haven't yet experienced, haven't yet felt. And in so doing, we create infinite possibilities for the future, because we're no longer relying on the mind to guide us. And as you study, or I've been studying neuroscience, and the neuroscience supports what the yogis have always known. That the mind doesn't see clearly. It's colored by our past. And from here, let's take Warrior 3 on the other side. So as you're ready, sweeping the arms out to the side and up. Take the leg back. You can have the toes and then arms out to a T. Toes can be on the ground or leg lifted. On an inhalation, just coming out, sweeping the arms back up. On an exhalation, moving into your Warrior 3. On an inhalation, coming out. Moving with the grace of the warrior. And then next time you go into your Warrior 3, let's stay there. Toes can be on the ground or leg lifted. Arms can be in any position. They can be out to a T or down alongside you or out in front. And see about tapping into that universal energy. On the inhalation, go ahead and come out. And then exhale, release the arms down. Doing undulation or any movement that you may need to do to release tension. And then we'll massage the legs a few times as we do some forward folds. So on an exhalation, just massaging the legs as you fold down. On an inhalation, massaging the legs as you come up. And just going gently down and up in rhythm with the mantra. Flowing with your breath, with your feeling awareness. And next time you go into the forward fold, we'll stay there. And whatever feels good here as you stay. You can walk the legs out, you can swirl the head around. And tapping into your feeling awareness, the presence of the moment. And that feeling awareness has no judgment, no expectation, simply present. And then from here, we're going to make our way onto our backs. We'll start with the knees drawn into the chest, hands cupping the knees. And on an inhalation, just straighten the arms, and then exhale, just hug the thighs into the chest. Doing some Apanasana here. Flowing with the mantra. Or whatever helps you stay present. Next time the thighs are drawn into the chest, take the hands to the backs of the thighs or the shins and gently rock from side to side. And then take the soles of the feet to the ground. Take the feet wide. Just rest the knees in towards one another and rest your hands on your belly. And allow yourself just to settle into the floor. Allow yourself to connect a little deeper with the body and the breath. And notice that there's an inherent intelligence in the moment that's prior to your thinking mind, that simply knows, that's simply aware of your body resting here, of your breath. And it has no judgment on the moment. And that awareness is your true nature. And that awareness simply knows how to act without needing thought. Right action naturally flows from that awareness. Beginning to trust that, releasing control, and resting a little more deeply in the moment. And then from here, let's draw the knees into the chest, arms out to a T. We're going to move in and out of a twist, twisting to the right. On an exhalation, taking the legs over to the right, the head going left. On an inhalation, coming back to center. On an exhalation, taking the legs right, head left. Inhaling back to center. Moving in and out in rhythm with your breath. And then next time you go into the twist, we'll stay there. And if the legs don't comfortably reach the floor, support the legs with pillows, bolsters, whatever you can, so the legs have something to rest into, so that the muscles can relax. And if at any point you become uncomfortable staying in the pose, please just come out and rest, or take some Apanasana. So here, once again, connecting with who you are prior to the personality. There's part of you that's aware of you as a personality. And that's who you are in truth. You are not the personality, but you are that which is aware of it. The Yoga Sutras state that our suffering comes from falsely identifying with the personality and forgetting our true nature, forgetting that we are this infinite awareness, that we are not confined and limited by or to the personality. On your next inhalation, go ahead and come out. And we'll take this twist to the left. On an exhalation, taking the legs left, head goes right. Inhaling to center. Moving in and out with your breath. And notice that there's part of you that's aware of the body moving. And that awareness is not defined by the body. It's simply aware of it. And that awareness is your true nature. And next time you go into the twist, stay there. And supporting the legs if they don't reach the floor with pillows or bolsters. If at any point you become uncomfortable, please just come out. Let's see about letting go, releasing control, trusting the moment. As we release control, energy can flow through the body. We allow all those feelings to rise to the surface so that they can be released. There's nothing we need to do for that feeling process except create space for it by being present, by breathing with the feelings. Letting go of control a little bit more, trusting a little more. You are not the limited body-mind. You are that infinite awareness that can hold space for your body-mind. On the inhalation, go ahead and come out. Let's take the hands to the backs of the thighs. And on an inhalation, extend the legs out long, pressing the feet to the ceiling. And on an exhalation, hug the thighs into the chest, bend the legs, relax the feet back down. On the inhalation, pressing the feet up with so. Exhale, bending with hum. And next time the legs are bent, Let's take the hands around the shins or keep them on the thighs. We're going to tuck into a tight ball a few times, chin to chest, forehead to knees, tucking in tightly, and then releasing down. On an exhalation, tucking in tightly with hum. Inhale, releasing down with so. And next time you release down, gently rock from side to side. And then take the soles of the feet to the ground. Take the feet wide, just rest the knees in towards one another. And rest your hands on your belly. And we'll settle in, connect to the present moment one more time. And practicing being in the moment. It's something that we need to practice over and over and over and over again. And using whatever tool helps you to stay in the moment. Connecting with the feeling of the body. Connecting with the flow of your breath. Connecting with the mantra. Connecting with the felt sense of the moment. Your feeling awareness. Or connecting in with who you are in truth. That part of you that's simply aware. Without being affected by anything occurring in the moment. That awareness allows for all things. That awareness is unconditional love. No feeling is rejected in that awareness. No feeling is held onto in that awareness. And that awareness simply is just aware. And it's who we are in truth. And then from here, keeping the feet as you have them, we're going to move in and out of bridge pose, where we lift up into bridge pose, open the knees apart over the ankles, and then come back down, closing the knees back together. So as you're ready, on an inhalation, you're going to lift up into your bridge pose as the knees widen. Take them as wide as the feet, as the ankles. And on an exhalation, lower down one vertebra at a time as you close the knees back together. If you'd like, you can add snow angeling arms. So as you lift up, you can snow angel the arms up overhead. And as you lower down and close the knees, you can snow angel the arms back down, or do any other arm movement that might feel good to you. So see about flowing with your breath, flowing with the mantra, with the felt sense of the moment, or as this awareness. Whatever you resonate mostly with, moving with that. And next time you come down, we're going to pause. And we're going to go up and stay in bridge pose. If you have a block, you can stay in a supported bridge pose. You can place the block underneath the sacrum. If you don't have a block, you can just stay up in traditional without a block in bridge pose. So as you're ready, and you can keep the arms down alongside you or any favorite arm position that you prefer as you move up into your bridge pose. And we'll stay here for a bit, coming out whenever you need to. And see about relaxing in to this posture of openness. Bridge pose is a posture of opening the whole front of the body, creating more space to receive. And see about releasing control more and more to the moment. Trusting the inherent intelligence of the moment, of that greater aspect of yourself that simply knows without needing to think. Trusting that more and more. And then slowly coming out. We're going to take Apanasana one more time, cupping the knees with the hands and getting a stretch for the low back. On an exhalation, hugging the thighs into the chest. On the inhalation, arms straightening, knees traveling arm's length. And just moving with your mantra, moving with this present moment awareness. And then let's do some hip circles. So circling the knees away from one another and then back in towards one another. Circling around as you loosen up the hips. And take those circles in the opposite direction. And then once again, rest the soles of the feet on the ground, feet wide, knees resting in towards one another. This just creates a little more space for the low back to release. But if you prefer, you can just have the legs extended long or the feet hip width apart. And once again, rest your hands on your belly and settle into the moment. Trust the moment a little more. Releasing the controlling mind. And you can use the mantra to keep the mind in the moment. And when we rest in that present moment awareness, innate healing is there. Because everything is allowed in the moment. Nothing is resisted. The present moment rejects nothing. And you might begin to feel that innate healing that occurs when you rest in the moment more and more. And you don't need to do anything, but simply allow the moment to be just as it is. And then from here, let's extend the legs out long, arms down alongside you. And we're going to walk the legs over to the right. And then you're going to cross your left ankle over the right ankle. And then sweep the arms overhead. And then you can have the right hand wrapping around the left wrist. And you can kind of use that right hand to pull the left arm over a little bit more. So we're getting a lengthening through the whole left side body. And see about breathing into that openness. Resting in this side body stretch. As you trust and release control more and more to the moment. And listening with your feeling awareness for what the moment is conveying to you. Using whatever supports you to stay present. Practicing that over and over and over and over again. It's a ceaseless practice. Because by tendency, we're always leaving the moment. So we have to practice this in each moment, again and again and again. And then slowly come out. Let's do a little Apanasana before we take that side stretch on the other side. So just draw the knees into the chest. On the inhalation, straighten the arms. On the exhalation, draw the thighs into the chest. Flowing with the mantra, with the breath. You can do some sacrum circles here as well before we take this on the other side, circling around, massaging the sacrum. And then let's extend the legs out long again. And this time we're going to walk the legs over to the left. And this doesn't have to be very deep at all. It can be just a little bit. So be sensitive to your low back. Don't walk as far as it's straining your low back. And then cross the right ankle over the left. And sweep the arms overhead. The left hand circling around the right wrist. And you can use that to just gently pull that right arm over to deepen the lengthening through the whole right side body this time. And relaxing into present moment awareness, trusting that inherent intelligence that simply knows without requiring thought. It's a far greater intelligence than our thinking mind. Our thinking mind only knows what it already knows. It doesn't allow for new possibilities. But by connecting with present moment awareness, we open ourselves up to what we haven't yet known, to a world of infinite possibilities. And then on an inhalation, come out. Let's draw the knees into the chest again, this time taking the hands to the backs of the thighs. And once again, on the inhalation, pressing the feet up to the ceiling. And on the exhalation, hugging the thighs back into the chest. And doing that in rhythm with your breath. On the inhalation, stretching the legs out long. On the exhalation, hugging the thighs back in. Next time the legs are extended out long, we'll pause there. You can hug the thighs in towards the torso a little more here as we pause. And see about relaxing into the movement or into the pose. And then from here, let's take the soles of the feet back to the ground. We'll have the feet next towards one another, the knees next towards one another. And we're going to do some butterfly as we snow angel the arms. So as you're ready, on the inhalation, you're going to open the knees apart as you snow angel the arms overhead. And on the exhalation, you're going to close the knees back together as you snow angel the arms back down. So see about flowing as slowly and as consciously as you can, bringing more awareness into the moment. Practicing being present over and over and over again by connecting to the body, which is always in the present moment, by connecting with the breath, which is always in the present moment, and by connecting with your felt sense of awareness, which is always in the present moment. Or by connecting with that which is aware. That part of you that's simply aware of the body, the breath, the mind, without judgment, without expectation, simply aware of it. And next time, if it's comfortable to you, we'll stay in that open butterfly position. You can keep the arms overhead or you can rest the hands on the belly. If the open butterfly is not comfortable to you, you can take the soles of the feet back to the ground, rest the knees in towards one another. You can support the thighs. If you're an open butterfly, you can put some blankets underneath the thighs to support the legs as you rest in open butterfly. And see about trusting a little more. Letting go to the moment a little more. And then go ahead and close the legs back together. Let's draw the knees into the chest, wrap the hands around the thighs or the shins, and we'll tuck into a tight ball a few times on an exhalation, chin to chest, forehead to knees. And then release out. Exhaling, tucking in tightly. Release out. One more time. And then gently rock from side to side. And if there's any last posture that your body is craving or asking for, please feel free to take any last gentle posture before we move into final relaxation. If you're ready for final relaxation, you can grab all your props. And there's no rush, take your time. If you're doing something asymmetrical, I'll guide you when to move to the other side. And if you're doing something asymmetrical, take the other side. And if you're setting up for final relaxation, the low back appreciates a bolster under the knees. Legs can be up on a chair as well. That can release the low back. The neck sometimes appreciates a little neck roll underneath the neck to support the cervical spine. If you notice the chin is tilted up and back, it'd be good to put a pillow under the head so the chin is parallel to the floor. An eye pillow facilitates relaxation, some weight on the belly. Maybe you have a heavy blanket you can rest across the belly. Facilitates the release as well. So setting yourself up however supports you for this most important pose in our practice. So this last pose is what we've been working towards. We've been working towards Shavasana. Final relaxation. where we release control. We allow that inherent intelligence to take over. And in so doing, there's inherent healing without our having to do anything, but simply by trusting and releasing control. And you can use the breath to give you the courage to release control, to open up to trust. Breathing in whatever is present for you, and radiating it out, expanding it out, allowing it to dissipate, massaging it with your breath. Or taking your awareness beyond it to that which is greater than it. That part of you that's simply aware. And that part of you is unconditional love. It holds space for you to be just as you are. And there's inherent healing there. And you open yourself up to what you do not yet know, what you haven't yet experienced. You open yourself up to infinite possibilities. And using whatever tools that you have to relax here in this moment, to let go to the moment. considering how can you open up and receive a little bit more. And where can you let go and release a little deeper? On your next exhalation, gently begin to take the head from side to side. And then bringing the head to center and draw the knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side. And then making your way onto your side. And then up into a comfortable seated meditation posture. And see about bringing your Shavasana with you. Bringing that quality of deep relaxation into your seat. And we'll sink in a little deeper in our seat. Practicing being just as relaxed, upright, as we were lying down. Practicing present moment awareness, upright, as we were lying down. See about releasing control to the body, to the breath, to your feeling awareness. Or to that part of you that's simply aware. And resting there, allowing that greater intelligence to take over. Trusting that greater intelligence. And it can be scary to release control by resorting to your breath. You can find the courage to let go and trust. Breathing in the fear and breathing out, trusting. On your next inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side and up overhead. Exhale the hands together and down into the heart. And 2 more times like that. And grounding your awareness at heart center. And bowing your head to your hands as you honor that greater intelligence, which is you. Honoring that part of yourself that is simply aware, that is unconditional love, and that can allow all of you, and that inherently knows right action without requiring thought. Honoring that part of yourself here. And then bowing as we honor that in each other. Namaste.